All right, welcome in everybody. War Memorial Stadium on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. It's 11:28 here in Hampton, Virginia, at War Memorial Stadium, where it's a beautiful day. It's gonna turn maybe probably a little gross later today. Currently, it's 73 though. So currently, it's a very nice day outside, and we're ready for some baseball. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Virginia State University batting order. And leading off, you've got Jonathan Smith playing second base, Norman Jackson batting second and playing left, Antonio Boone doing the DHing and batting third, Jaquan Tucker batting fourth, playing first, Luca Gilliam playing in right, batting sixth is Samuel Young, the third baseman. Batting seventh is Hector Rivera at short, eighth is Matthew May catching, and rounding out the bottom of the lineup is a center fielder, Jerron Ward. So the Builders, very typical, I'll say, for them in the field today. Left to right, you've got Jaden Anderson in left, Nate Erie in center, and actually there's a change in right, so I do have to look that. Braden Hayes is playing right. Around the horn, third to first is Justin Bradshaw at third. Jaden's in left. Isaac McAllister, I'm looking right at him, I couldn't think of his name. Isaac McAllister's at short. Landon Turner is at second with Jet Winslow at third. Doing the catching is Seth Harrison, and pitching for today is Braden Hayes. So that'll ready for first pitch here. Pretty much right at 11:30. It's 30 minutes earlier than scheduled time, and that first pitch from Braden is in for strike one. Second pitch outside. So Jonathan is batting .360 on this season. He's played in 8 games, started 6. He's driven in 1 RBI, outside 2-1. So Virginia State coming into this game against the Builders is 8-5. As he pops that high to right field. Under it is Braden. Makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Norman Jackson. First pitch, Norman bunts down the third base line. Feel like Bradshaw had a chance to throw him out. But that'll bring us to the DH, Antonio Boone. Boone batting .219 on the season, 6 RBIs. And that first pitch to Boone is in there for strike one. Low, 1-1. It's in there for strike two. 1-2. The count to the Trojan DH. That one's fouled back out of play. The 1-2. Hit high in the air towards the Builder dugout. And Bradshaw's there to make the second out of the inning. Wow. I didn't realize. I know the Major League Baseball season started yesterday. I didn't realize how many games there were yesterday. First pitch to Tucker. It's in there for strike one. Strike two, 0-2. Looks like about half the league actually started their games yesterday. So the other half will get going today. Outside 1-1 or 1-2. Same with the at least AAA level. Their season opens up today. It's our local AAA baseball team, the Norfolk Tides, are going to be at home. Swing and a miss, strike three. And that'll do it for the Trojan half. No runs, one hit, one man left. We'll be back for the bottom of the first here at War Memorial Stadium.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Sorry, just finishing writing down where they are in the field. All right, around the outfield, left to right, you've got Jackson, Ward, and Gilliam. And then around the horn, third to first, you have Young at third, Riviere at short, Smith at second, Tucker at first, Mays doing the catching, and Branzel's doing the pitching. So there's the pitcher for Virginia State. Branzel. Not sure why my laptop will not power on, so. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and hit the Builders batting order. We'll hit it real quick. Geary leading off, followed by Jaden, then Jackson Thomas, and then Seth Harrison, Jet Winslow, Isaac McAllister, Landon Turner, Justin Bradshaw, and Higgins rounding out the bottom of the lineup. So Nate Erie will lead it off. Nate's batting .310 on the season. 10 RBIs. So Nate's having a pretty good senior campaign. His first pitch was a ball. The second pitch was in tight, fouled off either his hands or the knob of the bat. So 1-1 pitch. Caught the inside corner, strike two. Pitch hit high into shallow left. Over is Riviera to make the play for the first out of the inning. So I'll bring Jaden Anderson to the plate. Jaden's batting .384 on the season. 2 home runs and 19 runs driven in. First pitch to Jaden is a ball. Caught the inside corner, strike one. Counts 1-1. This is game 1 of a 2-game doubleheader today. Kind of game 1 of a 4-game series this weekend. There's 2 more tomorrow. Umpire said that one was also a strike on the inside corner. Jaden's body language says he feels otherwise. Inside, 2-2. It's that high. Into right field, over his shoulder. He actually didn't make the play, did Gilliam out there in right. Jaden on his horse with a stand-up triple. So the first builder of the day sees himself standing at third. Few fans made their way out to the ballpark today, as that one gets sent towards the builder dugout and sends a couple builders ducking as the ball hit the fence that's going around the dugout. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jackson Thomas, the freshman, is batting .439 on the season. He started 12 games. Appeared in 21. Most of those were in a courtesy runner capacity. That one's lined over the first base dugout. Builder first base coach Jet Winslow goes down there to pick up the baseball. Grounded through the hole at short. In comes Jaden. And Jackson gets himself an RBI single. That'll bring up Seth Harrison, the builder catcher. Seth batting .286 on the season, 70 at-bats. 2 home runs, 16 RBIs. And he swings through the first pitch for strike 1. Second pitch was high, 83-mile-an-hour fastball. Counts now even, 1-1. One and two. Seth swings through that one. That one was foul, tipped into the glove for strike 3. And the second out of the inning. That'll bring Jet Winslow to the plate. Jet batting .250 on the season. 15 RBIs. There's another, well, not really an RBI opportunity. Runner faked the taking off. Pitch was a ball. Counts 1-0. Caught the outside corner for strike one. Counts 1-1. 2 down. It's a 2-1's the count. That one got away from the catcher. Runner couldn't advance. It didn't get far enough away. Is it a mound visit if you don't go to the mound? All right, we're ready for the 2-1 pitch here to Jet. Three and one. Swing and a miss. Not sure exactly what that bounced off of, but it did bounce off something. Oh, called a foul tip. Okay. So counts full, 3-2. Suspect Jackson will get a head start on this one. There he goes. And that one's driven into right field, but going to be foul. Landed just foul down that right field line. So everyone's reset. We'll do it again. Again, poke foul down the right field line, out of play. Three-two pitch. Lined into left center. Jackson rounds second, heads for third. Jet rounds first, heads for second, and he's going to be thrown out. So, Jackson, not Jackson. Jet's thrown out at second to end the bottom of the first. The Builders get 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, and 1 man was left. We'll be back for the second inning here at War Memorial in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right, welcome back. First pitch was popped into the air for Gilliam. Out to left, and Jaden makes the catch. So that brings up Young to the plate. Young is a junior batting 267 on the season. I was trying to move the 6. Which is a bad idea. I shouldn't do that. No need to. See, he grounds that one up the middle. McAllister's there to make the play. Throws it over to first for the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up the shortstop, Hector Rivera. Hector's batting .346 on the season. 6 RBIs. If I followed that line over correctly. First pitch inside, strike 1. That one's popped towards left. Jaden is there for the third out of the inning. So that'll do it for the Trojans as they go 1-2-3 here in the top of the second. We'll be back for the bottom of the second in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right. Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Due up for the Builders is 6-7-8. So Isaac McAllister leading things off for the Builders. Isaac. He's batting .238 on the season. No home runs, 8 RBIs. He's got an even count at 1-1. That one's grounded up the middle to center field for a base hit. Builders get their leadoff man aboard. That'll bring Landon Turner to the plate. Landon squares to bunt, drops it down foul. Landon's batting .300 on the season, no home runs and 12 RBIs. Got my laptop back up, so I got a little more stats there for that. Landon offers again. Sends it back to the screen. 0-2's the count to the Builder second baseman. Right back up the middle. Play made by the shortstop. At second, over to first for the double play. So that'll bring Justin Bradshaw to the plate with 2 outs. Bradshaw's batting .340 on the season, 10 RBIs. That pitch fouled back out of play. Counts even 1-1. Outside, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch coming. Stayed outside, 3-1. Called strike 2, counts full, 3-2, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. And umpire says strike 3. So that'll do it for the Builders. They go 1-2-3 in their half of the second. We'll be back for the third here at War Memorial Stadium in just a moment.
USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Builders lead 1-0 here at the top of the third. As Braden Hayes, you can only see his back. Kind of waiting for him to walk up onto the mound. Braden Hayes threw 2 innings, has not given up a run yet. He's thrown 18 pitches, struck out 1, and walked none. Due up for the Trojans is 8-9-1. So leading off is May. First pitch, May sees he swings at strike 1. So Matthew May, the senior, batting .348 on the season. Second pitch, low and away. Counts even, 1-1. Third pitch was a ball, so counts now 3-1. Grounded to third. Bradshaw, sliding attempt. Is that pitch? I'm sorry, that hit gets through the infield. And May makes his way all the way to second base. So that'll bring up numbers 1, the center fielder, Jerron Ward. Jerron's batting .190 on the season. First pitch he sees is called strike one. Counts even, 1-1. That one's called strike two. Counts now 1-2. Runner at second, you can see there in the background. Swing and a miss, strike three. And the first out of the inning. That'll take us back to the top of the lineup and Jonathan Smith. Jonathan popped to right his first at bat. Almost caught Landon by surprise that Braden threw that, I think. I thought he was just spinning to look him back. First pitch to Smith is in there for strike one. That one's fouled out of play. Strike two. 0-2 is the count. Grounded towards second. Landon scoops it up, throws it over to first for the second out of the inning. So Braden. How's the schedule? That's not what I want. Braden now up to 29 pitches. Arguably, you could say Braden has been the Builders' best pitcher so far this season, as that one's fouled out of play. He's got a 4-0 win-loss record. His 8 games he's appeared in, he started 4. He has an ERA of 1.87. Second pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Oh, 2's the count. He's got one save inside, I think. He's given up 9 runs total. Pitched 33 2/3 innings. Pitch was a little outside. Runs the count even at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll do it for the third inning for the Trojans. They don't get a run, but they get another hit. 1 man left. We'll be back for the bottom of the third inning in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, bottom of the third. Builders holding on to that 1-0 lead. As the Builders bring 9-1-2 to the plate. Not Jordan. That does not sound right. Yep, Jordan Higgins leading off. First pitch, he sees swing and a miss. Strike 1. And we have Nate Yeary and Jaden Anderson. Outside, 1-1. Pitch at the bottom of the strike zone. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. And Jordan goes down swinging. So let's take us back to the top of the order. Nate Yeary. Nate flew out to short his first at bat. Pretty sure that one was to shallow left field, actually. First pitch to Nate is a strike. Outside. 1-1. We'll get these 2 games in, then we'll all get to go home or stay home and watch a little bit of college basketball this evening as the Sweet 16 finishes up. We move on to the Elite 8 tomorrow and Sunday. Low and away, 3-1. Hopefully your bracket's not too busted. Honestly, I have no clue how busted or unbusted mine is. Haven't looked at it real hard. I know my national champion's still alive. I think all of my Final Four teams, I believe, are still alive too. There's ball 4. So Jaden steps in. Jaden tripled his first at bat down the right field line. Well, no, not down the line, just into right field. There's Nate Year. He takes his lead. In the dirt, Nate goes. Was overthrown. Shortstop caught it. The dirt. At the edge of the fictitious dirt. The 1-1 pitch. Time called by Jaden. So the 1-1 pitch. Strike two. High pop ground to ball's hit into the ground. Popped high towards third. Young made the play. For the second out of the inning, bring up the Builders DH, Jackson Thomas. First pitch to Jackson is strike one. Nate goes, and that one's lifted into left. In comes the left fielder. He does not catch it. Nate scores, and Jackson is into second. So that'll bring up the catcher, Seth Harrison. Seth struck out his first at-bat. That one is pulled foul out of play into the parking lot. So Jackson Thomas at second. Seth Harrison at the plate with a 1-1 count. And that one's, I'm not going to say right down the middle. It looked like a strike from here. For strike two, 1-2. Lifted into shallow right field. Back goes the second baseman. In comes the right fielder. No one's there to make the play. Thomas scores. And they throw the ball into the second baseman. So Seth gets himself an RBI single. And that'll bring up Jet Winslow. Jet singled his first at bat, but was thrown out. Trying to advance to second. First pitch to Winslow's a strike. The 1 off goes. That is not set. That's in the dugout. The throw then goes to the dugout. Sorry, guys. I did not even. All right, I need my roster. So that was Baker Green, courtesy running for Harrison. He took off for second. That throw went into center field. When he saw that, he got up, headed to third, and they threw the ball into the dugout, which awarded Baker the next base. So the count is now 2-1 to Jet. So it counts even at 2-2. So that one's fouled out of play. Again, fouled out of play. Fouled out of third base line. So seventh pitch of the at-bat coming here to Jet. Swing and a miss, strike three. It'll do it for the Builders here in the bottom of the third as they get 3 runs on 2 hits. On 2 hits, 2 errors were made. Nobody was left. We'll be back for the fourth in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right, welcome back, War Memorial Stadium. 4-5-6 due up for the Trojans. Tucker Gilliam Young. That pitch grounded foul down the first base line. Okay. I lied. It's 3-4-5. It's 3-4-5 to up. Antonio Boone, then Tucker and Gilliam. Boone flew out to third, his first at bat. Counts even at 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. That was foul. Out of play. Count remains 1-2. Pitch. That one's grounded out of play. So since our last home game, the Builders had a not a homestand, went down to Mid-Atlantic on Monday. Took both of those games 10-0 in a six-inning game. And then game two won 16-1 in 5 innings. One's popped towards second. And Landon is there to make the catch. So that'll bring Jaquan Tucker to the plate. He struck out his first at-bat, first pitch he sees. He swings through for strike one. So last week, that one's fouled out of play. The Builders were in Myrtle Beach, where they faced the University of Cincinnati at Claremont for 2 games in a doubleheader. That one's outside, 1-2. Losing both of those. Played Colby Sawyer College, won that one 8-3. The swing and a miss. And Tucker is down on strikes. For the second out of the inning. And then they faced what I'm going to assume is New Hampshire Technical Institute, Concord's Community College. The NHTI is what I'm guessing at. That one's popped to second, and Landon's there for that as well. So that'll do it. 1-2-3. Go the Trojans in the fourth. We'll be back for the bottom of the fourth in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Bottom of the fourth inning. Builders added to their lead last inning, so they now have a 4-0 lead. Preston Branzel on for his fourth inning of work. He's pitched 3 innings so far, giving up 3 earned runs. Struck out 4 and walked 1. Thrown a total of 65 pitches. First pitch to Isaac McAllister is a strike. He nodded in approval. 6, 7, 8 due up. McAllister, Turner, Bradshaw for the Builders. Count is now even at 1-1. That one's hit high towards first base. Drifting into foul ground is Tucker, and he makes the play. So that'll bring Landon Turner to the plate. We are expecting rain at some point today. Talking here in the press box how it's doing. It's kind of normal thing for around here, kind of pushing back and back. So looks like we should easily get both of these games in. First pitch to Landon was a ball. Second pitch was called a ball. Check swing. Landon stopped. So counts now 2-0. Caught the outside corner. Strike 1. 2-1. It's a count to the Builder, second baseman. Foul back to the press box. Hit off. I believe it hit the metal between the windows of the center portion of the press box and the left-hand side. Didn't sound like it hit glass. Let's just put it that way. Line to center. On his Ward with a sliding catch. So that'll bring Justin Bradshaw to the plate. This catcher's having a technical difficulty. Some of the schools we play use, oh Lord, what's the word I'm looking for? Communications devices from the dugout to the catcher. Strike 2. 0-2 is the count to Bradshaw. Bradshaw watches ball 1 go by. The 1-2 pitch. Not grounded. That's just lined out of play. Count remains 1-2. Two and two. Foul back, out of play again. Bradshaw's at 2-2 count. He's seen 6 pitches in this at-bat so far. He's getting ready for a 7th. They're definitely having a issue with their communication from Virginia State's dugout. First baseman gets it. Takes it himself for the 3rd and final out of the inning. We'll be back to War Memorial Stadium for the 5th inning in just a moment.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium for the top of the fifth inning. Six, 7, 8. Due up. Young, Riviera, and May. Samuel Young steps in. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to short his first at bat. Yep, first pitch was a ball low. Second pitch was in there for a strike. Counts now even at 1-1. Strike two. 1-2 to Samuel Young. Virginia State's third baseman. Grounded to third. Just past Bradshaw. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Hector Rivera. Rivera popped to left his first at-bat. So he's 0 for 1 today. First pitch to him is in there for strike one. It's popped high and lands on top of the press box for strike two. The 0-2 pitch coming, runner on second. And it's low, ball one. Second time this game that the Trojans have got the leadoff batter of the inning on base. Grounded to third. Bradshaw scoops it up, fires to first for one, back across the diamond. So one down here in the top of the fifth. That'll bring up Matthew May, the catcher. He doubled down the third base line his first at bat. First pitch he sees, he tries to drop a bunt. And the field umpire says he offered at it. Second pitch. It's low and away for ball one. Counts even at 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. Starting to feel like a broken record. Low and away, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch wasn't low and away, but it was ball 4. So May has drawn himself a walk. That'll bring us to the number 9 hitter, Jerron Ward. Ward struck out his first at bat. And that was the catcher, so we do have a courtesy runner. It's number 22. Damian Turner. Probably mispronouncing his first name. Sorry for that. Dominant Turner. Counts even 1-1. First pitch was a strike. Second pitch was a ball. Third pitch. Foul back to the screen. So the count's now 1-2. One-two pitch. One out. Runners on first and third. Runner takes off. Got him at second. So 2 down. Two down. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So, Builders allow the leadoff guy to make his way all the way to third, but no damage was done after that. Builders still lead 4-0.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
All right, the bottom of the 5th inning. Higgins, Yeri, Anderson due up for the Builders. So, Jordan Higgins is leading it off. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first at bat. First pitch, outside, ball one. That one comes back over the plate for strike. For strike one, counts even, 1-1. That was lifted, foul out of play. Grounded back to the screen. Counts now 1-2. Fouled out of play. Just off to my right. The 1-2 pitch. Got him looking for strike three. And the first out of the inning. Timing-wise, we're in the bottom of the fifth of our 7-inning game, and we're an hour and 10 minutes into the game. So we're moving right along. Nate Erie steps up. He's 0 for 1 today. Popped to short and walked. First pitch to Nate was a strike. Second pitch bounced in the right-handed batter's box for ball one. Counts even, 1-1. Hit the target. And it must have been outside. High. 3-1. It's the count to the builder, center fielder. Nate thought ball. I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought ball. Umpire said strike, and that's what matters. Full count. So Nate fights that one off. Seventh pitch of the at-bat is high, ball 4. So Nate has drawn his second walk of the game. And Preston has thrown 93 pitches. So that'll bring Jaden Anderson to the plate. Jaden 1 for 2 today. Singled to right, grounded to a third baseman. Erie at first. Staring contest. And the pitch is thrown outside. Nate goes, and that one's going to be foul out of play. Count is even at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch coming. Nate at first. And that one's lifted into center field. On comes the center fielder. He should make that play. He does. Ward makes the catch for the second out of the inning. I'll bring Jackson Thomas to the plate. Jackson's 1 for 2 today. Oh, no, 2 for 2. My bad. He singled to left at both at bats. And scored a run in the third inning. Over goes Nate. They throw over. Throw beat him. That's the third out of the inning. So, Builders get a runner on, but do nothing with it. We'll be back for the top of the sixth inning in just a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. Top of the sixth inning. Braden Hayes thrown 62 pitches through 5 innings of work. Walked 1, struck out 5. Wind is picking up here. Sun's coming back out. 1, 2, 3, due up. Smith, Jackson, Boone. First pitch to Smith was a ball. Second pitch called strike. So Jonathan Smith is 0 for 2 today. Flew out to right, grounded to second. And that one is popped to right also, but it's going to get out of play for strike number 2. Not sure if he sliced it that hard or if the wind had that much to do with it, because it is blowing hard that way. The 1-2 pitch inside, 2-2. Grounder to third. Bradshaw just didn't get it in his glove. So, should be an error, and it was. So that brings Norman Jackson to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and an infield hit. That one's hit right back up the middle into center field. And all the base runners will hold with 1 base. So that'll bring up the DH, Antonio Boone. Antonio's 0 for 2 today. Popped out to third and popped out to second in his 2 at-bats. Here he is with runners on first and second. First pitch he sees as a strike. So this does, that one gets away from the catcher. Runners advance. Here. Thinking about it in a way like a big league manager. This is now the third time through the lineup. For Braden. And that one's hit hard into center field, right center field. It'll get down. One run is in. And I'm going to say that's a lot of respect was just given, in my opinion, to Nate Urie's speed. Because I actually think the runners froze on that fly ball, even though I didn't think it was ever going to be caught. Yep. And there is a little bit of action in the builder pen. Out comes Coach Jones to the mound. And I don't even think that's for a signal. That might just be... At first I was thinking this might be, we'll say, a delay tactic, which it maybe looks like it is. Out in the pen is number 22, Grant Stratton. Yep. If I'm making you motion sick, I'm sorry. So it is a little bit of a, I'm going to say, a delay tactic to allow the right-hander in the bullpen to get a little more work in and get ready. So now stepping up to the plate is Jaquan Tucker. First pitch to Tucker is low. Ball one. One 0 pitch in there for strike one. 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Let's go here. And the 2-1's hit into left field. Jaden dives for it. He can't make the catch, as I think he misjudged it off the bat. Jackson in to score. And Tucker with an RBI double. That'll bring Luca Gilliam to the plate. Luca's 0 for 2 today. Flew out to left and flew out to the second baseman. Infield is in for the Builders. That one's foul back to the screen. Count is now 1-2. Foul back out of play. Sorry about that. The camera that I had outside fell over. So the call on that one would be a... Oh, crud. I just heard him say it, and I don't remember what it was. Six, 5, 4, 6. For the second out of the inning. Oh, it was a double play. Yeah, the first 2 outs. All right. So Antonio Boone out on a double play. Antonio Boone was out at home. Whatever. 2 outs. So Boone ended up out, and Tucker ended up out. And Gilliam is standing at second on a fielder's choice. Because how that's written doesn't make sense. I guess he was out going back to third? I don't know. Counts now even 1-1. This is Samuel Young, who's 1 for 2 today. He singled to left and grounded out to short. Time called by the batter. So the Builders trying to minimize the damage here in the top of the 6th inning. Strike 2. One and two's the count. Check swing, say he went. And that will end the threat here in the 6th inning, but not before the Trojans get 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 error, 1 man left. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th inning in just a moment.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium, bottom of the 6th inning. Builders lead 4-2. Grant still throwing in the Builder bullpen, no action in Virginia State's bullpen. So Preston is on for his 6th inning of work. Leading off the inning is Jackson Thomas, the DH for the Builders. He's 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs. First pitch he saw was a strike. He lifts that one into right field. And Gilliam is there to make the play. That'll bring Seth Harrison, the catcher, to the plate. Seth is 1 for 2 today with an RBI. He struck out and singled to right. Swing and a miss. It's lifted high to the first baseman. Over is Tucker. He makes the catch. Sorry, Habit. That'll bring up Jet Winslow. Jet's 1 for 2 today with a strikeout. His last at bat. Builders trying to keep something going. Jeff fouls that one off. To my right. Counts now 0-1. One's hit towards right. Again, Gilliam is under it and makes the play. Builders go 1, 2, 3. Here in the bottom of the 6th, bottom of the top of the 7th, around the corner. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All right, welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. New pitcher in for the Builders. The new pitcher is Grant Stratton. Nope, don't do that. No, it's already there. It's the wide. So Grant's line looks like this for the year so far. He's got a .98 earned run average, 1-0 win-loss record. He's appeared in 8 games. He has 3 saves, pitched 14 in a third inning, given up 7 hits, 2 runs, walked 4, struck out 11. So, not Branzel. I just wrote that on the wrong line. Oops. All right, so Hayes' line for the day, 6 innings of work, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Walked 1, struck out 6, through 86 total pitches. So Grant is in for, there it is, in for the save opportunity, looking for his 4th of the year. First 2 pitches from Stratton are strikes. Third pitch lifted to left. Jaden's there to make the play. One down. So that'll bring Matthew May to the plate. May is 1 for 1 today. He singled or doubled to left and then reached on a fielder's choice, I guess, or no, walked, and then was picked off. Actually, he wasn't picked off. The courtesy runner was picked off. First 2 pitches he sees are strikes. So again, Grant coming out throwing strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And he's thrown out at first. So that'll bring number 26. Rob? Is I think what I just heard. No, Ralph Rivera. Pitch hitting for Ward. First pitch he saw, he fouled away. Second pitch was also a strike. So the 0-2 count popped high on the infield. Bradshaw is under it. And that will do it. That'll make, sorry. All right, so the Builders take game 1, 4-2 here in 7 innings. Virginia State scores 2 runs on 6 hits and commits 2 errors. The Builders score 4 runs on 6 hits and commit 1 error. We'll be back here to War Memorial Stadium in about 30 minutes for game 2. So game 2 should start at 1:37 roughly. We'll see you then.